Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to another episode of Falling Short. It's 420, and we're not talking about any type of smoke, but we're talking about Resurrection Sunday. God died for you and me. We're going to start off this episode like we always do with some prayer. Um, so let's just get into it. Father God, we thank you for being here right now. Father God, we ask you that anything that is said out my mouth, it helps someone, it contributes to your will. In the name of the Father, Son, and the blessed Holy Ghost, I pray. Amen. Um, I was kind of stuck for a second because I got a lot of things to say today. And I actually wanted to pray longer, and I should have. But I said, let me get this show on the road. So today on Falling Short, we're talking about being sick and tired of being sick and tired of being in financial ruin. So we all have those days where we're just tired and we don't want to do anything. We are rather sit in the house and just sit there. And sometimes we just let the TV watch us. Um, and I think that comes from being sick and tired of being sick and tired. And one of those things that contribute to that is your financial status or where you are and what's going on in your life. And even myself at this big age, I'm still struggling financially. Not because I'm not doing as well as I should be doing, but only because I am not and I'm going to say this, and you guys, it is what it is, right? I'm not I'm not great with money at all. I mean, I do what I need to do when I have to do it, and if I set a goal and I want it, then I'll go get it. But as far as saving money and having a buku or a big pot for a rainy day, man, listen, y'all call me what you want. You call me, but you better call it what it is. I mean, Dre is bad. It's really it's not really bad, but it's not good at all. But the good thing about it is I make struggle look good. So people might look at me and be like, damn, he looks like he's doing okay. Not well, but okay. I still drive a Hyundai, so don't get it twisted. Um, but I just make it look better than what it really is. Last week I talked about accountability, and I had to take, I had to hold myself accountable for the things that's happening in my life. So, again, on falling short, just to jump around just real quick on falling short, we talk about our shortcomings. We talk about what we could have done better and how to get past it. So what I often do is I use myself as example because I believe that God has put me in a position where he's allowing me to see the things that everybody goes through, um, and allowing me to learn and develop from it. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you never went through it, then how much can you talk about it? I remember there was a time, and I don't want to go off on a tangent, but I used to talk about people with children, and then I actually had children, and then life started lifing. And then when life started lifing, I started to realize some of the things that I was saying, it was just it was just far out there. So um to jump back on this accountability thing, I had to take accountability for my actions and what I did to get myself in debt. You talking about I have a loan right now with 17% interest. And you like, for those people who don't know, 17% interest is stupid high, right? I have a credit card right now with like I think it's what 21 0.99 interest rate on the credit card, and the credit card is pretty up there. And those are the things that I did to myself. It wasn't because I needed it, and that's another thing that we're going to talk about today. Your needs versus your wants. What is it that you're actually doing to yourself? Are you doing it because you actually need this, or are you doing it because you want it? And when I got the loan for 17%, when I got the credit card for 21%, it was out of wants. It wasn't because of needs. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted uh, a pool at my house. So I got a loan. And now I owe those people all this money because I just wanted a pool. So the thing about it is that if my jumping around again, if my aunt told me something that I'll never forget, she said, if you ain't got the money for it, then don't buy it. And although I haven't been listening to that, it's something that stuck with me because it makes sense. Um, Obviously, if you don't have the money for a home, which is a big purchase, of a brand new car, which is a big purchase, you got to get a loan. I mean, some people don't, but normally you get a loan for those things. But a pool, my pool was, I want to say my pool was about 13 grand. When it was all said and done, when I finished with my backyard, I paid like 21,000 for like everything. But um, just the pool itself was somewhere around like 13,000. But yeah, it was something that I wanted, not something that I needed. And at that time, I was just living. I wanted to be happy. I was focused on what's going to make Andre happy. And when you're living like what's going to make you happy instead of living like I'm happy what I have, you start to get yourself into debt because you start to try to buy your happiness. And when I started to try to buy my happiness, again, that's when that afterpay came in. I was just talking to somebody the other day, and they was talking about something about Zip, and I know about a firm, and all of those things. You making bad decisions about your future wealth gain. So let's just stop, right? We can't blame nobody else but ourselves about our bad decisions. So let's ask ourselves from how did we get here? Like, how did we as adults get to a point where um, we're making these terrible decisions? And another thing that I want to say before I go into that is that it is very difficult to get ahead when you're starting from behind. And I was talking to my 93-year-old aunt, and she always talks to me about my financial situation. She be like, "You got to get yourself together." Da 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 da. I mean, she be killing me. You know what I mean? Because she's in a position where she's comfortable. So she always tells me, I got to get myself in a better position, and some things like that. And it's it weighs on me because I want to be better. And I'm one of those people that's like, if you want better, you'll just do better. But this is something that I struggle with really hard because I think that it's not just what I do, it's mentally, right? So if you're mentally jacked up, then then you're not going to be able to follow out what you need to do. So forget all that. Let's just go back to where I was at because I'm about to go off on a tangent. But so how did we get here? Um, if you're so far in the arrears, is what I told her, just because I had lost my train of thought and I was trying to find it. Um, if you're so far in the arrear, it's hard to get ahead. That's what I told my aunt. But being broke, how it started. Is it generational? Is your parents broke? Are your parents broke? Excuse my language. Was it bad decisions? You have to go back to where it started and how it started. What were you taught? What did you learn? Um, I think that that's where most of us went wrong, because I'm not the only one that lives paycheck to paycheck. I'm not the only one who is in debt. I'm not the only one. We all have some type of debt. We all have some type of issues, but we have to kind of figure out where it started and how it started to kind of fix the problem, I guess, or not even figure out where it started and how it started, but start creating um, better money habits going forward. But if your parents are in financial ruin, or your parents make bad decisions with money, I think that that's a part of um, why you would make bad decisions with money. You know what I'm saying? I was speaking to somebody, and they told me that they don't never plan on owning a home. And I asked them why. Now, let's just put this out there. Owning a home is not for everybody. For those who don't know, and again, I'm not going to go on a tangent, but I'm going to speak on this really quickly. Owning a home is not what it's cracked up to be. Yes, you it's an investment. Yes, it could be a good investment and can pan out for you in the future. But when your water heater break in, somebody come in and say, "Oh yeah, this is an emergency call," and charge you $3,000 to fix your water heater, that might not be something that you want to do. Cutting grass every week might not be something you want to do. Shoveling snow might not be something that you want to do. Somebody slipping and falling on your property might not be something that you want to deal with. Sometimes when you buy a home, it's problem after problem after problem. And if you do not look at the positive side of it, if you do not say to yourself, "Well, I am blessed that God has given me this to take care of," then you will always be um, just looking at the negative and always be upset with yourself. And then, like me, excuse me, buying stuff every week. You got Amazon packages coming to your house. And why? It's to try to buy your own happiness. So again, you got to ask yourself, where did um, these bad decisions come from? And we as a community, at least the community that I grew up in, we didn't learn anything about wealth. We didn't learn anything about generational wealth. We didn't learn anything about keeping your credit good. There was no classes to take like that, and our parents were so busy um, teaching us or trying to um, keep us out the streets and keep the young ladies from getting pregnant and the fellas from impregnating the ladies, and selling not selling drugs and things of that nature, that credit was probably the last thing on a lot of people's minds, unless again you were taught that yourself. And I just don't think a lot of parents were given that game at a young age, because it was, if you're talking about me, I'm 41. My mom and father was born in like 58 and 59. So I just don't think that they was talking about credit in 58 and 59. And as they grew up, in that era. So it just wasn't that. Um, so again, like, at some point we have to take accountability for ourselves. At some point you get sick and tired of being sick and tired of being broke. And at that point, that's when you have to stop blaming everything and everyone else for your failures. Yes, you're starting from behind. Yes, um, it's going to take work, but as an adult, as somebody who wants to be better and do better, you have to make a plan. There has to be some ways that can get you and reverse you out of debt. Google, YouTube, you have to figure out a way to reverse yourself out of debt. Um, you could take a financial literacy class, and if you can't afford that, again, you can go to YouTube, you can go to Google. My peoples, they love Chat GBT or whatever it's called. I don't even know what that's called. I mean, I never even heard about it until she told me about it. But I heard Chat GPT write resumes and it do basically anything. The things that you used to pay for back in the day, it actually does for you for free. So yeah, man, I think that we are in a place nowadays that money is tight for everybody, and we need to do something about that, especially if we are in one income homes. And it's not about what you didn't learn as you growing up. Now that I look about it, I think about it. I'm sorry. It's about what you learn now. It's about the time that you put in for that financial dream of yours now. Um, we're going to transition really quickly because we don't have tons of time, um, but we're going to transition into the world topic, and I'm gonna tie all this in at the end. But our world topic is just simply this: it says, "Christian woman, are you dating with intention?" And I'm going to say that again: Christian woman, are you dating with intention? And when I ask you, are you dating with intention? What is your intention? What are you doing? Like, what's the purpose of you giving this male your phone number? What's the purpose of you giving this male your attention? My question to you is, what is the holdup? Are you Do you want to be a wife? That's really what it boils down to. Because when you ask a woman, um, some women don't want to be wives. So you got to ask yourself, uh, do you even want to be a wife? I, do you want better? Ask yourself, what is a wife first? Because you can't want to be something if you don't know what that something is, correct? So I think that a lot of women and a lot of men do, but a lot of people in general, they don't know what a husband is and they don't know what a wife is. They want to be something that they have this thought in their head that they don't even know what it is, but the thoughts that they what they think it is not actually what it is. They don't understand the sacrifice part of it. They don't understand the to sickness to death part. They don't understand the vows that you have to exchange when you get married. So I think the first step as a woman, and I'm not here to tell you how to be a woman by far. I'm just from the outside looking in. I think the first step as a person is to understand what a wife is and what a husband is. And if you're a man, understand what a wife is, so understand what you're looking for. And if you are a woman, understand what a husband is, so you understand what you're looking for. And once you got those definitions, and those are correct definitions, and you spoke to an elder in the church, you spoke to an elder outside that's in a worldly aspect, because I also believe that you have to get different aspects of what people think. So not just talking to people in the church, because a lot of us in the church are going to have similar views and opinions on especially worldly topics and church topics. We're different, but again, we are all being taught the same doctrine, so a lot of the things that we say is going to be similar. So I do believe that you should have a worldly, not let that worldly opinion dominate you, because it just shouldn't, but just have that in your head to make a more informed decision. Um, Ladies, you got to understand that the ball is in your court. It just is, period. And if you didn't know it, men kind of march to y'all beat. And I'm not trying to say that we as men are not leaders. I'm not trying to say that we're not head of households and we just do what a woman says. But I'm trying to tell you that if women set a standard, then I guarantee you men would reach that standard. Ladies, again, the ball is in your court. I promise you. What you want, you will get if you require it. But if you do not require it, he's not going to give it to you. Um, Quick story, real quick. I was talking to one of my peoples, and I was just telling her, like, what you allow is what he's going to do. Period. What you allow is what a man is going to do. Period. So if you don't allow certain things, that man's going to move on. That boy is going to move on to another female or another girl, but he's not going to move on to another woman because a woman sets a standard. A woman sets a standard, and she withholds that standard until she finds a man that either meets it or goes above it or exceeds it, right? So what I'm saying to you, ladies, women, um, you have to set a standard, because if you don't set that standard, you're never going to find the man that's your person. You're just not going to find them. Um, you got to understand. I think it just it starts all the way back from like Adam and Eve. Why do y'all think Adam ate that apple? I'm just guessing because he wanted to please Eve. That's what men do. Like, men are natural. They want to take care of and please their women. They do. This is what we do. So if ladies, if you say this is what I want, and he's a man, he's going to do it. Unless it just defies logic and his beliefs of his higher power, whether whether he's Muslim, Christian, or whatever it is, he's going to do it. You have to require more from him. And when you require more from him, I guarantee you you'll start you'll start dating better. I talk about a dating diet in my relationship workout book, and it's basically changing who you date. Like when you date, when you go on a diet from food, so you can get in shape, you change what you eat. So the dating diet is basically you change the men that you're dating, so you could get a different result. So look forward for that. The dating diet. Um, Another thing I want to talk about is, why do we think that we know how to date? Why do we think that we know what a relationship is? If you went to school to be a doctor, if you went to school to be a plumber, if you went to school to be a registered nurse, shout out to my people. She's about to finish school, being a registered nurse. And I'm so proud of her, by the way. She is a very awesome person. She's just got engaged. Um, she is, she's dope. Shout out to her. But if you went to school to do all those things, right? Why wouldn't you go to school to understand how to be in a relationship? Think about that, right? We go to school and we learn all these other things, leadership classes, how to lead, how to manage people, how to do this, do that, do that, do this. But we feel like we just know how to be in a relationship. Come on, people. That's not how life works. If you want to be good at something, you have to learn about it. You got to put in the time. Um, you don't just come out the womb understanding how to treat a woman. You don't just come out the womb learning how to treat a man. There's things that you have to learn, and there's people out there that be like, well, I have 40, I got 50, I got 30, I got whatever, how many years of experience. Yeah, I feel you and I hear you, but all that experience could be wrong teaching. Why don't we look to an elder and see what kept them in the marriage? Why don't we look to those dating experts and see what they have to say? And you take all of that information and you compile it, and then you put it in your brain, sort it out, and then you come up with something that helps you. Because everything is not, um, every relationship, it's what works for that relationship. So there is no, I guess, no right or wrong. I guess there is a general right or wrong, but there is every relationship. Like some people don't like that 50-50 thing. In some relationships, guess what? That 50-50 thing is what they do and it works for them. I think what it also boils down to is everybody finding their purpose. And I always go back to God, right? I believe if you find your purpose, the reason why God put you on this earth, I think that um your person will find you. I think that we're so busy trying to find somebody to love us that we're just missing what God has for us. So again, and that was a jewel right there in case y'all missed it. It just brings me back to the income part too. A two income household. What's better? What's better? One or two incomes. So when you find your person, when you hold on, let's go back to the beginning. When you find your purpose, the reason why God set you out here, when you find or your person finds you, because a man that findeth a wife findeth a good thing, right? So when that man finds you, ladies, now you have a better chance at a better financial future. It's no longer you just doing it by yourself, but now it's you and your husband doing it. And then when your son or your daughter they turn of age where they could get a job, you start putting money away from them for them. You take 50% of their check and you put it away. And then when they're ready to whether they go to trade school or whatever they want to do, you get them started with the money that you put away and you match it. Do something like that. Go talk to some financial experts and I'll tell you that they will give you the game. And it's not really that hard. It's like putting $1 away a day or something like that. So um again, fulfill your purpose. God put you here for a reason. And once you fulfill that purpose, somebody, your person will find you. And the stuff that you've been looking for, it will it will manifest because God has you here for a reason. He didn't make man and woman just for man to be alone and woman to be alone. Somebody, your match is out there. You just have to go get it. But you also have to have follow in God's will for your purpose that he has for you. Remember, a rib needs a body, and a man isn't complete without his rib. So that's just it. We need each other. A man is nothing without a woman, and a woman is nothing without a man. We are one. We complete each other. As always, if you're going through anything, please find somebody that can help you. This episode of Falling Short on this Resurrection Sunday has been it's been nice. I think I want to go back to this next week, but we'll see what happens. Again, if you're going through anything, just remember to reach out to somebody. We love you. I love you. And remember, God has the answers. Pray through it. Like, subscribe, and we ask you guys to come back and hit that notification bell because then you'll know when I am dropping episodes. So I'll see you guys next week. And thank you for tuning in. It's the Relationship Workout and Falling Short.